From tension to control, how Garo Hills held steady amid GHADC flashpoint. Chaos, tension, and a situation that could have easily slipped, and yet it didn't. At the center of it was Comrade Kesangma navigating a situation that carried legal complexity, political pressure, and emotional weight all at once. And through it, there was a certain control, the kind that keeps things from going over the edge. In Garo Hills over the past few days, what really stands out is how all of this was handled. Because moments like these, crowded streets, rising tempers, political fault lines, they don't always settle easily. We have seen elsewhere how quickly things can spiral into stampedes, clashes, and loss. The sequence began earlier this month. The GHADC elections were scheduled for April 10, with the notification issued on March 9, and as nominations opened, the entry of a non-tribal candidate quickly turned into a flashpoint. Protests followed, and tensions escalated between March 9 and 12. Curfews had to be imposed in parts of the region, and the situation grew volatile enough for the state to step in and postpone the elections, extending the council's term by 6 months to prevent further escalation.
The government of Meghalaya has decided to postpone the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council elections. We will sit and we will decide on how to further take this procedure ahead. But till then, the decision has been made to postpone the elections.
At the same time, the issue had to be handled within the law. An earlier attempt had already run into trouble in court, so this time there was no room for shortcuts. And that's where the approach showed. Conversations across stakeholders, community groups, church leaders, local administration, political sides, everyone brought into the process. No rush, just a steady attempt to find a workable solution.
For most of the last 2 weeks, I was in Garo Hills. And as we are all aware that there were different situations and different law and order situations that happened and which required my full attention. So I was there in Garo Hills.
A special session of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council followed, and on March 23, an amendment was passed, making ST certificates mandatory for candidates. The Chief Minister called it historic, but also reached out to non-tribal communities, asking for understanding, keeping the tone measured, not inflammatory. And now, with the Governor's assent coming in on March 24, the amendment has formally become law, bringing legal clarity to an issue that had remained unresolved for decades.
Ya approval ni gazette notification ba ungkatso. Yan pingrang ansing sakantinan namin kusiyo ani arokachani salpong chomota.
And on the ground, that balance held. In Tura, crowds gathered in large numbers, chanting Achik Asong Tangbang China. The energy was high, emotions running strong, because just days earlier, the tensions were high enough for things to go very differently. And yet, this time, it held. No further escalation and loss of control. And somewhere in that, you can see how the situation was held together, seamlessly on the ground, with a level of public trust that doesn't come easily. The amendment, now backed by the governor's assent, clears the way for implementation and the next steps in the electoral process. The debate will continue, but for now, what could have turned volatile was managed, contained, and carried through without letting it fall apart. And in moments like these, that's what stays.